Listen, so 10% of the flights in 40 major cities is where we're starting. We could go as high as 40% of our flights. In fact, we have our Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, actually coming out and saying, you know what? The problem is we're not going to have skies that, are unsafe. Sorry, can't do it. We'll just shut down the airspace before we have unsafe skies, which I appreciate. However, there comes a time when you're like, okay, maybe we should stop this. Maybe, Democrats, you should open the government back up. At what points do people start to lay the blame, at the feet of the Democrats? Do they ever?
I mean, they should, of course, do that. They should. That does not seem to be happening, with a big thanks to the media, right? I mean, we see this in all different topics. What was the stat? It was, is it 90 something percent? I don't have it in front of me. That are favoring, when it comes to talking about the shutdown, for example, 90% coverage has been favoring Democrats, basically saying that Republicans are the ones responsible for it. And when you look at that,
87%.
Thank you, 87%. When you look at that and you say, well, this is a strategy potentially that goes right through what changed the elections in Virginia, and I would point specifically to the Jay Jones election. When you have a good chunk of Northern Virginia that is home and not at work because of government shutdowns, you could keep this into effect through the election, get that election win, and then the Democrats are kind of free now as far as consequences probably to their base. They got past this election, they got their wins, and now they could theoretically bail on this. The question is, will Republicans kind of fold and give them this win? All this being said, though, if the Republicans are going to be the ones getting blamed for this, why bail on the shutdown? I mean, what's the point? All these workers are going to wind up getting their money anyway, eventually. So why not hold out and see what happens? They're getting no blame from this because the government's shielding them, or the media is shielding them from any consequences.
Yeah, and only both on ABC and CBS, only 12% of the reports on either one of those networks mentioned any details on it. So they're saying Republicans are shutting the government down and not giving any details.
Yeah,
that's remarkable.
And think of how clear this is, the path here. This is a budget, if you will, because, budgets aren't really budgets anymore. But this is a spending plan that was voted for by Democrats. Democrats during the Biden administration voted for this spending plan, okay? Republicans were like, all right, we'll just keep it going. Then Democrats came in and stopped it and caused a shutdown. Why? Because Democrats are saying that they want these subsidies from Obamacare to continue, despite the fact that Democrats voted for them to end.
Right. All these subsidies were just for COVID. Yep. And we said at the time, you can't give them, and they're not going to let you take them back. They're not going to stop it. And that's exactly what they're doing. So they voted for this budget. What the Republicans are saying, just leave it alone. Just continue the spending as is. But those subsidies have expired because that's what you voted for. So those subsidies are gone now. And the Democrats are saying it's not enough. It's not enough. Wait, this is your Biden budget. This is your Biden budget, and it's not good enough. And they're willing to throw our airports and our air transportation system, just throw it away. Just throw it away. Wreck your day. If you're planning on travel, I've got lots of travel coming up in the next couple of weeks. And I have to tell everybody now, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Just have to see what's happening with air traffic control. And this is the beginning of that. And it's going to get worse and worse. Can you imagine what Thanksgiving is going to be like? These guys have got to stop. They have to stop. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy said yesterday his, quote, party's brand could undergo substantial damage if Democrats were to cave and reopen the federal government. Their brand? Their brand. There will be some pretty substantial damage done to the Democratic brand that has been rehabilitated if on the heels of an election in which the people told us to keep fighting, we immediately stop fighting. So he's looking at what happened as a mandate, and now it will damage the brand. Wow, can somebody not talk? I mean, that's worse than just making everything about politics. That's making it about your brand as a party. It's disgusting. I can't believe he had the guts to say it out loud, but I'm glad he did. So we all know exactly, where this is coming from.